Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another exciting Fright Night Friday. Got a Blu-ray, no DVDs, Blu-ray update for you today. Just a small one. Didn't pick up a ton of stuff this week, but yeah, some notable ones. So I thought we'd take a look at them. So let's do that today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Now, just so you understand why this particular first selection is in with the Fright Night Friday stuff, Fright Night Friday to me isn't strictly horror. It's also kind of cult films as well. I've always kind of lumped those all in together. If you look at my horror shelf, you'll see a lot of cult films in the mix there as well as the horror stuff. So there's some sci-fi, but mostly horror, obviously. So this first one is kind of a special one. It finally got the special edition treatment. I have the DVD that came out years ago. Going to hang on to that. Apparently there's some extras that didn't carry over. But Shout Factory has actually started a new line of Elite Collector's Editions, very similar to their Scream Factory Collector's Editions, but this is for other stuff that might not necessarily fit under that label. They're calling it Shout Select, and there was a little bit of confusion when they announced that as the title, because Shout Select previously, like for the past 6 years, is what they called their direct-to-consumer line, like stuff you could only purchase through their website. They've since rebranded that. I don't know what it is, if it's maybe Shout Direct, which would make sense to me, but I don't know actually what they're calling it. So anyway, they opted the Shout Select name instead for this line of Elite Collector's Editions, and it's kind of like their personal Criterion collection, as it were. They're numbering them, so they're all numbered just like the Criterion ones are. It's up to you if you want to collect all of them. Myself, there's really only a few that I'm interested in at this point, so I'm just kind of going to focus on the ones that I want, and maybe some of the more obsessive collectors will just get all of them just to have all the numbers lined up on the shelf, but really the numbers mean nothing, in much the same way that the Criterion numbers mean nothing. It's just the number of the release itself. So which one did I get? Well, Shout Select title, I just can't talk today. Shout Select title number 1, The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. Very nice indeed. So much like the Scream Factory Collector's Editions, it does have a reversible cover on the case, which has the original poster art, and then the slipcover, the limited edition slipcover, basically has new artwork. Very, very nice indeed. So it's quite a nice edition. And yeah, you can see an ad for some other Scream Factory titles, most of which I have actually. There's a few there I don't have. Boy and His Dog, that's one I really want to get. But yeah, you can see a 2-disc edition there, and I think all the extras are on the DVD. Yeah, there's a Blu-ray and a DVD, both of which have the movie, but most of the special features are on the DVD. So there you go. It's quite a cool edition. So there you go. So if you're a fan of Buckaroo Banzai, this is the one to get. I think this is the first time it's actually been available on Blu-ray over here. It's been just kind of languishing in DVD land for a very long time. So it's nice to see it finally get some respect, yo. Now, next up, I still need to repurchase the first one on Blu-ray. I used to have the 40th anniversary, 35th anniversary? I don't know, one of the anniversary editions anyway, a beautiful Steelbook DVD edition, and sadly parted ways with it when money was tight. But that's okay. I've seen the original a number of times. I've been wanting to check out the sequel for a while. I actually did pick up the MGM Blu-ray release when it was on sale a couple of years ago. Still haven't got around to watching it. Now I promise I will watch it. We got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. There you go, the super duper uber deluxe edition from Scream Factory. And once again, this has the original poster art there and new artwork on the cover. Now, those who don't know, this cover is actually a parody of the Breakfast Club cover. In fact, alright, I found it. Hold on a second. So we'll put the slipcover here. So check this out. So we got Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. and The Breakfast Club. Huh? See a little similarity there? Yep. For so many years, I had no idea that that's what this was intended to be. And I was a fan of this for a very long time. But go figure. There you go. I think it slipped by a lot of people's notice. So, kind of funny. Kind of funny. Alrighty, so next up we have classic slasher, 80s, I guess, early 80s? Slasher, 1980. Well, that's about as early 80s as you can get. From Blue Underground, we have Maniac. Yeah, so this is a slasher flick I've been wanting to check out for a while. Apparently features pretty impressive gore effects by the master himself, Tom Savini. He did this right after, not Halloween, Friday the 13th. He's basically pulled off of Friday the 13th and went straight to this, apparently. And, history was made. So, there you go. You can't see any of that. Anyway, there's a lot of special features on there, so very nice. Alright, so next up, wanted to get some classic Dracula action in my collection beyond what I already have. So I used to have this one on Laserdisc. This is one of the all-time great adaptations by far, and one of the all-time great portrayals of the Count. If you want to see what many consider to be one of, if not the sexiest portrayals of Count Dracula ever, you can't go wrong with 1979's version starring Frank Langella. There you go. This is the one right here. This is pure sex, man. Pure sex. Not to say it's like an erotic one per se. It's just sexy. He really exudes that magnetic charm that we've come to associate with Dracula. Better than so many others. I think he just really did a fantastic job of it. But yeah. So if you're looking for a great someone, there's a digital copy here. We'll put that into one of the Saturday Night Insanity giveaways. Nothing much to speak of there. But anyway, gotta love some Dracula. That's too high, too low. There we go. We'll put it here. We'll put it here. So we go from classy Dracula to complete and utter cheese. Blaxploitation mixed with the Legend of Dracula with the Scream Factory double bill, Blackula, and Scream Blackula Scream, the sequel. I've only ever seen clips of these. I remember seeing just some pictures of the the main character and in one of my monster books talking about the makeup and stuff. And I always just really liked the visual design of the makeup. And then I saw some. I guess I saw the trailers for them, and I thought they just looked like complete cheesy fun. So I've been wanting to check these out for a very long time. So yeah, got the double bill. Awesome. So going to be enjoying some vampire action coming up in the very near future. And it appears that is it. Yeah, so only 5 new additions to the collection. I did pick up some other stuff, but that'll be in other updates because it's not really horror or cult film related. But yeah, so you'll see those whenever you see them. Yeah, so that basically wraps it up for this update. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned a little bit later. I've got a review of Insidious Chapter 3 going up at 6 p.m. Pacific today, so be sure to check that out if you feel so inclined. Quick thank you to my Patreon sponsors. Thanks, Patreon sponsors. You guys and gals are awesome. You're helping to make the dream a reality, and I really appreciate the support. Big thanks to Kyle Pellegrini, of course. And Get Your Gorgeous On, the wonderful e-mag maintained by Michelle O'Toole and Simon Hedger. All my highest level sponsors right there, folks. So big round of applause for them. Alrighty, we'll catch you next time. Until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara.